Welcome at Commodity Champions. I'm Manisha Gupta, and today we're talking about the Indian jewellery industry, which is reported to be of a size of approximately 7 lakh crores and growing consistently year after year. 2023 as in year saw all-time highs in gold in various countries, and there were also corrections in case of diamond prices. And then there were geopolitical tensions and a strong global central bank buying and investment buying in case of gold. So there have been lots of trend, and while not all quarters were great, but mostly industry reports that values have been higher than volumes many of these quarters. Industry also has seen growth, expansions, more IPOs from this space than ever before, and more in pipeline as we are told. So how will 2024 emerge as from the industry and sector perspective is exactly what we will delve deeper into in the show. Joining us on the show is Milan Chokshi, Mr. Saurabh Gadgil and Ishu, Datwani. Saurabh, hi, welcome and happy 2024 to you. Let's start with you first. And how would you describe the industry as it stands right now? We've seen strong gains, we've seen expansions, growth numbers come in quite strong.
Hi, Manisha. Wishing everyone a very happy New Year 2024. Like you said, 2023 was a memorable year for the industry. We saw very strong growth. Like you said, some quarters did exceptionally well. The prices reached all-time high, but the consumer sentiments were strong. And I think the same continues as we head into the new year. Jan has seen good sales till now. The primary driver has been the weddings, which were projected to be more than 35-40 lakhs. And I think the first quarter of this financial year, of this calendar year, will see a lot of weddings, and with that, good robust sales. India is supposed to be on a cusp of huge growth in the next 2-3 years. January 22nd is a big day for every Indian, where we'll be inaugurating the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. That will be followed by the budget and then the elections coming up. So I think all this would really lend a lot of stability to the market. India consumption has been strong, and if you ask me, the year 2024 should be a very good year for industry. Diamond prices are again seeing northward side and have shown signs of positivity. Gold industry consumption has remained strong. Prices have not been a deterrent, and people are buying with the consumption and with the appetite for investment too. So I think all in all, both diamond, gold, silver all look very positive. And this year, I expect the industry would also see volumes growth along with the value growth.
All right, we look forward to that too. Saurabh, how would you look at the overall growth once and the demand growth? That is the second thing. Because as you said, whatever have the prices been, I mean, we saw all-time highs in 2023, but even with that, the industry is not deterred, and everybody is talking about higher and higher growth numbers.
So the sentiments right now on gold remain bullish. Even for a consumer today, they are always in the frame that this is not just a flash in the pan, but gold looks to be solid due to various political tensions happening worldwide, economic issues happening worldwide, and they don't seem to be easing out in the near future. So that gives a lot of support to the gold prices, and the sentiments remain positive, remain bullish. So that's the reason why people have started accepting gold at this price too. From the point of view of investment and consumption, as we all know, the Indian story is there, and people today have a larger amount of disposable income than if you compare 5 years ago, and that is translating into a lot of luxury shopping, a lot of casual and implant shopping of gold jewelry, coupled with the wedding jewelry.
Well, yes, there's a lot of unplanned spending happening, and we do understand there's a lot of luxury spend happening as well, and that clearly has been supportive in case of gold buying there. Saurabh, I do want to understand on what kind of expansions have you seen in last couple of years? How many stores in Pan-India do you have right now, and what is the plan going forward?
See, Manisha, the last 2 years have been expansion for the entire industry. We have seen the shift from from the unorganized to organized. Today, we're talking of more than 25-30% of the entire industry being organized, and this number people are projecting to reach 30-40%, in the next 2 years. So that's one clear shift, and that has led to a lot of organized players, including P&G, which have expanded both in newer territories and also in the existing areas with bigger stores or more inventory. As far as P&G is concerned, we have added more than 10 stores in the last 1 year. And this year also the plan is to really focus more on covering Maharashtra, because we feel that Maharashtra is one of the fastest growing states of India. huge potential in terms of consumption, GDP, growth. And we still feel that Maharashtra has still a potential for us to grow. So the focus will remain on Maharashtra, and the aim would be to be the largest player in Maharashtra region here. Along with that, definitely the growth, the prospects would be to go in neighboring states in the coming year. But if you look at 2024, the growth primarily would be focusing around Maharashtra, and would definitely be adding more stores in this coming year.
Saurabh, I was in Baroda over the last weekend and I saw a PN Gadgil store there as well. So what is the total store number as of now across India?
So we have 40 plus today pan India, and would being at 50 plus at the end of this calendar year.
So there are 10 more stores coming in this year itself. I also want to talk about on what people are really buying. Is it more gold jewelry, as always has been the case, or the diamond aspirations are picking up?
See, gold has always been the flavor of the season. If you look at mass market, gold rules the roost, and definitely gold has seen huge consumption in this last year and also this year. Diamond, is something which has grown very fast, and diamond is steady. So even when prices had risen, diamond sales were strong. When we saw a lot of news on diamond prices being corrected, it has not affected people, and diamond consumption still remains strong. As far as Page is concerned, we still are a gold-dominated player. So 85-88% of the entire sales is gold, and the balance is diamonds. But yes, diamonds is growing. A lot of new, consumer class is entering the diamond buying industry. We are seeing a lot of first-time diamond buyers. But yeah, gold, has seen a double benefit because there's a huge investment demand and also demand for marriages and demand for gold jewelry. So definitely gold, I think, has been the flavor season last year.
With so much growth, I mean, this is a question that needs to be asked, Saurabh, are you also looking the IPO route? Because this really seems to be a long list right now with the kind of companies looking at that.
See, our industry logically needs capital, and the best way to access capital is via the capital markets, is going public. But I believe IPO is like a wedding. You need to really think over it, plan for it, because it's not just the IPO, the event. It's what happens post the IPO. How do you utilize the funds? How can you demonstrate growth? So that is something which right now we are working on. So I would not, right now be able to comment yes or no. But definitely right now we are studying, evaluating, and trying to see, how we can manage the growth. Because I always believe that, as a brand, it's not about raising money. It's about being able to give, returns to investors on a long-term basis, and being able to demonstrate the right use of the capital which you have been able to raise. So that is what right now we are working on. Let's see how it goes in the future.
All right, that's not a yes, that's a no, and not a no either. But we do understand that there are expansions happening. The sector outlook is growth strong, and the demand outlook as well on the higher side. Saurabh, thank you so much for joining us. And with that, we'll head for a very short break. But don't go anywhere, because Milan Chokshi and Ishu Datwani are absolutely on the other side. Welcome back, and you're still with us at Commodity Champions. Joining us now is Milan Chokshi, he's convener promotions and marketing at GJPC, and CEO and founder also at Moksh. And so Ishu Datwani is founder Anmol Jewelers. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us. Mr. Chokshi, this one is to you first. And while all of us are believing that the year 2024 is going to be yet another strong year for the industry, what is it that you see as opportunities but also as challenges?
Thanks, Manisha. 2024 is looking like a stable and probably a better year than 2023. The industry has been consolidating over the last few years. It's been growing in spite of periods of, some downturns, but it's becoming more and more seasonal as a business. And we're seeing a new kind of consumer emerging who is buying jewelry not only for its investment angle, but also looking at design, looking at brands and labels, and so for this new Indian customer, I think there are a host of retailers who are now planning new store launches trying to capture this particular customer. So I think that's a massive opportunity for the industry. And, with a little bit of a slowdown in the exports, we're seeing also a lot of the manufacturers focus and retailers focus on India as a market. So I think, that segment is certainly bound to grow. In terms of challenges, nothing that comes to mind really. There will be that a little bit of volatility in pricing, which businesses will learn to navigate. But I think there are more opportunities than challenges.
All right. Mr. Chokshi, what a time to be in where you can think of more opportunities than challenges. Do talk to us also about the kind of exhibition feedback. We do know that IIJS is still going on. And the B2Bs, as an industry, how have you seen those numbers?
Yeah, so, the IIJS just concluded today. And all the interaction that we've had with the retailers that came at the show and the manufacturers that exhibited, everything that we've heard so far has been positive. Retailers are looking at expansion. There's, like I mentioned, consolidation, particularly in the organized retail segment, and a lot of the corporates that are looking at opening new divisions, which will cater to a new kind of customer, as I mentioned. So this, what I mentioned earlier, this is the feedback that we've gotten from the show. The show was well attended. And yeah, everyone's looking forward to the next IIJS, which will be in March and in Bangalore.
Mr. Datwani, this one is to you. So while we do know that this is the wedding season that is still underway, and then Valentine's is not too far away, and by the time we'll be done by this quarter, you'll have Akshaya Tritiya standing tall. So how is the first half of this year looking to you?
So it's looking really nice. I would like to give you some of my observations for the couple of months that have just passed. So Diwali this year for us was very good. But there was one major change which I saw compared to last year. So on Dhanteras Day, I was looking at my screen and we have the entire store and we have about 30 cameras looking at all the angles. And I was a little scared because there were not too many people in the store. But by the end of the day, when we collated our numbers, we realized that we had done 27.5% more business compared to last year. So what actually happened was there were fewer people, but there were bigger ticket sizes. Ultimately, for us, that is important. And so the number had grown. So that was one observation. The other observation is that in the month of December, usually previously, there used to be a lot of non-residents. We had a big component of non-residents coming and buying jewelry, especially in the month of December, which over the last few years had kind of depreciated. There were fewer people. But this year, we found the non-residents coming back and buying.
Okay.
So that was another, thing we noticed. By and large, the ticket size has definitely grown. And, we do extremely well in the diamond jewelry segment. And business has been really robust. Going forward, it's the same thing. There's a luxury weekend coming up next week. And, so obviously the marketeers do feel that there's a lot of potential for luxury in the country. So we have a luxury exhibition next weekend where we are a part of. And so now we are looking at Indian consumers understanding luxury and willing to spend, Also, one major shift that we've seen over the years is people not wanting a breakup of everything. So most of the diamond jewelry we are selling on a MRP basis. And there are very few people who come and say, listen, what's the breakup? So people are now willing to understand that this is not a commodity. This is jewelry. There's art involved. There's design involved. And they are willing to, give you that even a little premium if your design is really.
All right. Well, yes, design clearly was a big talking point in the previous year as well. With budget round the corner, and this is an election year, not too much is expected. But Mr. Chokshi, as an industry, are you looking at anything at all?
I think we've kind of, already submitted some of our requests as an industry that know. But no, nothing really besides that.
All right. I also want to know, Mr. Chokshi, on what do you think about macros, and that would in any sense move the prices globally, because as more geopolitics continues to brew on, the expectation, not just from the buyers and luxury, it being bought as luxury, but as an investment as well, there are more and more people now shifting towards gems, jewelry, gold, etc.
So gold over the last few years has continuously given a pretty healthy return, and we expect that will continue. Diamonds, as has been discussed previously, did go through a little bit of a downturn, and based on supply information that we have now, it seems like we should expect a pretty strong next couple of years for diamond prices. So we expect the consumer to continue, finding gems and jewelry, particularly gold and diamonds, as being pretty healthy avenue to invest.
Mr. Chokshi, also as the business grows, so does the competition. I mean, there are more and more players coming in. There are second generation, third generation, the youngsters coming in. There's this conversation about technology, AI, etc. I mean, something that you wouldn't hear of earlier in jewelry conversations. How is the industry looking at all of that in this new year?
Yeah, it's actually quite exciting, and technology in every aspect of jewelry manufacturing, retail, and distribution is playing a pretty significant role with the advent of computer-aided design and manufacturing. The quality and the efficiency of the output in jewelry manufacturing has become significantly better. Social media and digital marketplaces have made it easier for businesses to kind of reach customers that they've never reached before. And there are several, CRM tools, marketing tools that are available online that, allow businesses to extract the best that technology has to offer. And we are seeing, young businesses and, the next gen that are joining businesses that are kind of trained and educated in some of these fields, and they're making a massive difference. They're helping businesses leverage everything they have, and kind of extrapolate the best out of technology.
There's one thing I can tell you, and this question is to you, Mr. Datwani, that earlier I would only meet jewelers, but there are a lot of manufacturers as well who are out about there talking about their work. How do you see this change? And the other thing is that, as Mr. Chokshi also said, there's a lot of investment happening into new age technologies also. So would you say that the spend from this industry in that sense also seems to be increasing?
Absolutely. So people have become so much more aware about technology. And, you can use technology. If you use it in the right way, you will get a lot of benefit. So social media is one area where you can use technology. Of course, manufacturing, I remember when I came into the industry, the first international show I attended was 1998 JCK. And I was ashamed of the kind of jewelry we were doing. Today, I'm proud to say India makes jewelry which is as good as the Italians make their jewelry. So we've come such a long way thanks to technology. We're doing 3D printing, we're doing CAD cams, all those things. And AI is only going to help, the process. So yes, all of us are willing to spend more money because you can see the returns.
All right. I want to come to both of you with a final question, and this is about your own company, on what your expectations and plans are for 2024. Mr. Chokshi, you first, and what are your plans?
Like I mentioned, we see a strong, strong growth in, the luxury segment in jewelry, employing, all the new kind of manufacturing capabilities that are now available in India, and the product quality, the art, the engineering, like a combination of, India's inherent, capability of manufacturing jewelry along with the strong engineering talent that is available in the country. We want to kind of create new product that has not yet been, seen in India, and kind of create a completely new segment. So we're focusing on that, on a lot of, fine and couture jewelry. That is a very strong area of growth for us.
All right, creating a new product that is not seen before is an aspiration. Mr. Datwani, what are you looking at?
Yeah, so basically, my daughter has joined business 2-3 years back, and she's hungry for growth. So, growth is on the cards. But what we're doing at the moment is consolidating, making sure our back end is proper, the systems work, seamlessly. So, although we are a one-store retail store at the moment, we are getting into the organized space. The whole system is getting organized. So, we are professional, like a big organized player, but with the agility of a single player. So that's where we are. That's our strength, and we want to grow on that strength, consolidate, and then grow. That's the plan.
Okay, so more investments, manufacturing capabilities, engineering, creating new products is what the jewelry industry is looking at as we dawn upon a new year there. Thank you so much, Mr. Chokshi, Mr. Datwani, for joining us. We wish you a very happy 2024. And that's all the time that we have on Commodity Champions. Thank you for watching.